All right, so here we go. It is Wednesday, August the 16th, 2017. Welcome, everybody. We're going to talk about plumbing. Now, all kidding aside, yeah, we're basically just talking about getting the lymphatic system of the body moving again. And like Dr. Morse says all the time, there's really just a bunch of cells, trillions of cells, and two fluids, blood and lymph. Blood is the kitchen that feeds the cells. Lymph is the sewer system that cleans it. So we have blocked up our sewer system by eating the wrong kinds of foods for the body that cause an inflammatory response in the body, a mucoid response in the body that gums up our lymphatic system. And that's all we're really doing here. We're just kind of getting out of the way. We're undoing our mistakes from the past due to just not knowing. Our ignorance, I feel we've been misled quite a bit because it's very profitable for large corporations to, feed you certain things and to basically get you on the back end too when you become sick. So there's not really much of an incentive for people, for corporations to teach you this. So that's why I'm here, and some of the other great teachers that have been around for many, many years. Dr. Morse certainly has been a pioneer in this field, and guys like Arnold Ehret and Hilton Hotema, and these guys, Dr. Jensen, Bernard McFadden, these guys have understood about foods that cause a mucus reaction in the body and an acidic reaction in the body, which gums up our sewer system. So tonight you'll be getting some plumbing lessons. And I was thinking about getting a shirt with a little mark here for a plumber's shirt. So I might do this. It's something fun. But anyway, so that's really it. It's really super simple. Anybody can learn this. Anybody can put it into practice. It's just doing it. I mean, if you've been eating a sad diet for your entire life, and then you start to switch to the mucusless diet, which is, fruits and raw vegetables, it can be quite a tough transition psychologically. And also in the body, because when you start to get on the right food, you're going to kick up a lot of toxins and acids that you've been building up throughout the years and the decades. So it can get a little uncomfortable. And but it's well worth the ride. And you will get through it, and you'll start to learn the nuances of detox. And, our number one thing in detoxification, of course, is to get on the right food, as well as getting kidney filtration. The lymphatic system is filtered through the kidneys. A lot of us are blocked up. The kidneys are not filtering. So this is a real issue. So I teach that too, how to get the kidneys filtering, and how to open up those other channels of elimination, because you have a lot of acids and toxins stored in that lymphatic system, and they need to come out through the kidneys, through the skin, and through the bowels. So we want to reopen those major areas of elimination. So that's really what it's all about. It's real simple. I wanted to just tell you a couple things. I was just reading on the internet, and in Switzerland this week, Swiss law has now approved these protein insect balls, and they're a bunch of I guess they're mealworms, the mealworms are larvae for, I think they're beetles or something. Absolutely disgusting, and so they form them into balls and then they're selling them in the supermarket now as a protein. And, this is one of the great myths that I've uncovered myself personally. I didn't really believe it, but I am doing just great without any protein. A little bit of nuts and seeds, but not much. But I don't have any meat or nothing like that. No protein powders, nothing like that. And I feel great. Not even necessary. We get what are called amino acids out of the fruits and the veggies, plenty of them. So we don't need that. I mean, gorillas do just fine without their protein shakes and their insect balls. So anyways, but Swiss law has now approved them, and this is the insanity. So people are going to be going out there and buying these things and eating basically worm, this larvae, in order to get their daily allotment of protein that they think they need. So it's a huge myth, and I got to dispel it personally, and I get a lot of resistance on it. I don't care. I mean, I don't need it myself, and it's It's just something that I've gone beyond. So I think you guys will find that the same too. And the same with fatty acids. There's plenty of fatty acids in the fruit and the veggies. So you really don't need to supplement with these fats as well, I've found out. So anyways, yeah, let them eat their protein larvae. And man, I'm sure it'll be a good business. But another thing is that a young woman, unfortunately, Australian, I believe, I put it up on the Facebook page, but she passed away from too much protein. These bodybuilders, you know, a lot of times they do a lot of supplementation of protein, you know, trying to get bigger muscles. And what we're finding out is that a lot of raw vegan and fruitarian bodybuilders do just fine as long as they keep those calories up and still pump their weights. And a lot of them say they look and feel better being on the raw. So raw fruits and veggies without the protein supplements whatsoever. So she died. And in the article, they were kind of saying, well, she had this kind of problem with protein digestion or some kind of it sounded all complex. I just know that when I went on the Atkins diet, which is a high protein diet, that I was hurting like crazy. And I believe that it caused my fibromyalgia. My body locked up like a stone after doing that. I got away with it well, you know, for a while, but then I just got the blowback on that. So beware of that kind of stuff. And she actually passed away, a beautiful 25-year-old girl. So my heart goes out to you know, her and her family. Just a horrible tragedy. So we have to be careful. So anyways, let's jump into some questions here. And we got Z Kirstine is back. Good to see you. We got Stevie Zenith. So Stevie, hi. Dad recently got his pinky toe amputated. Ooh, ouch. Have him on Dr. Morse herbs for about a month. Today the doc looked at other toes next to it, and they are really dark. We need circulation in foot very fast. Okay, so you know, things that are so far away from the kidneys are hard to get the lymph moving. The things closest to the kidneys actually detoxify the first. The lymph gets moving and cleaned first because they're close to the kidney. So yeah, the extremities can be really difficult. So you do need circulation. So what I would do, of course, is I would concentrate on getting kidney filtration and moving lymph. Okay, I have videos on my website, on this YouTube channel. You know, there's some of the top videos: how to get kidney filtration, how to detox with herbs, how to detox with fruit. Those three things, study that, learn that, but you got to get some immediate circulation. So what I would do in this particular instance is I would do hot and cold treatments. In other words, put the feet in some warm water, you know, kind of go up there, but don't burn yourself, obviously, but get some nice warm water, soak them in there for, you know, 4 or 5 minutes, and then switch the feet to some cold water and for like 30 seconds or so, and kind of go back and forth. That's going to stimulate circulation big time. You can do some cayenne pepper. I know that Dr. Schultz likes the cayenne pepper internally. I had a problem with it. It's very mucus forming. You got to be careful on how much you take in. I know that Dr. Morse has a cayenne garlic formula. But cayenne certainly on the extremities. You could try that. You could make maybe like a cayenne. I'm not sure about the amounts, but put some cayenne powder in some water. Start slow, dab a little bit on there, see how he does, you know. I don't get any burning when I put it on my skin myself, unless there's an open cut or something. So I'm fine with it. So just test it out a little bit, but that will help with circulation as well. Get the feet up above, kind of have him lay down on his back and get the feet up above the kidneys, okay, the heart, the kidneys. And then start skin brushing or just massaging back towards those kidneys, okay? So definitely some circulation problems there. That's all lymphatics, okay? You know, some blood circulation too. But what happens is that lymphatic system gets full of mucus, and it starts blocking blood flow too. It gets inflamed. So it's a circulation issue, but it's really a lymphatic problem majorly. So those things will help, but learn about detoxification, learn about kidney filtration, learn about moving lymph, and do those physical things ASAP, okay? I know that if you want to order the herbs from Dr. Morse, you you gotta, tell them it's an emergency, because they are kind of slow right now. They're very, very busy. So people have been waiting, a week or two to get their herbs. Yeah, I know this is an emergency. So, but I would get on that. Okay. You can get a hold of us at JavannaDetox.com, and we can get you out some herbs real quick too. We have a circulation herb boost, and we don't have any cayenne garlic though. Okay, so good luck to your father. Okay, Stevie. We got Slawomir Barnat. Welcome, first time here. It sounds like new come here. Yeah, absolutely. I started this 2 months ago. I already had a 3-week healing crisis with flu-like symptoms. Yeah, that's what happens when you start to really get on a proper diet and start to move lymph with the herbs and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you can be in for quite a ride. I mean, the only way out is through with these toxins. So yeah, having these toxins come out the body sometimes is not a lot of fun, but it has to be done. And we call it wearing the robe. We wear the robe, we get through it, and always come out stronger the other side, which is the good news. So thanks for turning me on to Dr. Christopher. He's more of cleaning the blood, liver, and colon. Yeah, he's got a lot of great things, and he's taught Dr. Morse quite a bit, and myself. So good. Yeah, I'm glad he was a great old kind of country herbalist. Healed a lot, helped a lot of people heal. So really good stuff. So Stevie, is there anything you can recommend to increase circulation quickly? He is on. Oh, okay, so we're catching up here. So he's on lower circulation by Dr. Morse. Excellent. Ginger and cayenne, perfect. Brain and nerve, yes. Pancreas, liver and gallbladder. Pancreas, liver and gallbladder. Went to Dr. Morse's office and gave him a protocol. Okay, so perfect. He's on that. But like I said earlier in this broadcast, I guess you call it, do those physical things. Okay, and yeah, keep him moving too. The lymphatic system does not have a pump, and like the heart and the lungs. So you've got to some walking if you can, some rebounding if you can, stimulate through massage, dry skin brushing, things like that. This brings up something, someone sent me a, I don't know if he wants me to mention his name, so I won't, but he said this guy sent me some research that he's been doing, and he's been doing the herbs, and he's been doing the dry fasting to get kidney filtration. And so he's been really experimenting. One thing that he's finding out, you guys, is he's been doing this Wim Hof breathing, WIMHOFF, Wim Hof. This guy's a character. He climbed 19,000 feet up Mount Everest to the kill zone in a pair of shorts and a t-shirt. The guy's incredible, and but he's got a breathing method that this guy is saying that is giving him consistent kidney filtration. So we may be onto something here. Like when we discovered the dry fasting to help with kidney filtration. That was a huge breakthrough last year, thanks to Hildy Larson and Gino DeSario. So we're forever thankful to those two for bringing that to the attention of this community. But so I haven't done it myself, but testing this Wim Hof breathing to get, he says, consistent, instant kidney filtration. So something to definitely look into. Let me know what you guys find out. I'll do some testing too, but it could be something really good. So that's what's great about you guys. This community is growing, and people are becoming really, really good at what they're doing, and we're pushing some boundaries here, which is really great. So good. So your dad is on some good things there. So I think with those other tips that he'll start returning circulation there. Okay. Maybe try doing that cayenne, ginger and cayenne, and you can make what's called a poultice. A poultice is you just mix a little bit of water, make a little paste of this stuff, and stick it right on these problem areas, because those herbs will seep in through the skin and get in there and help with the circulation. Give it a try. We got Slawomir back. I'm all in on this, but on a limited budget. Is it smart to take the level 1 course first so you get a 30% discount for detox protocols? Okay, so he's referring to Dr. Morse's, you guys can all become detox specialists. It's not difficult. And the level 1 you can do on DVDs from your house and take the test. Everybody will pass. If you miss something, they'll have you take it over. They'll give you suggestions. Everybody passes. It's not about a competition. It's about educating you. So if you don't know something, they're going to teach it to you so you know it. So that's what's great. So I encourage everybody to take level 1. And then if you really, really get a lot out of it, go to level 2. And I think it's up now. I think level 2 is online too, but it's really great to go out and sit with Dr. Morse and do level 2. I think that's fantastic if you can afford to do that. But I encourage everybody to do that. You get a 30% discount on all the herbs. So I would do that. I would highly recommend that if you have the time and finances and all that stuff. So Z Kirstine, hello. Hello. Jeannie is back. All right. Susie Snowflake loves us all. We love you, Susie Snowflake. I just love saying your name, Susie. It's so awesome. Vegan Renegade. Mark looking good. Oh, I'm feeling good. Thank you, Vegan Renegade. I know last week we had Vegan Renegade on and a Renegade Vegan. It was great. I thought I was dyslexic there for a second. So Slavomir, looking forward to working with you in the future. Oh, it'd be great. Dr. Morse is not cheap for eye readings. Yeah, he's gone up, I think. Yeah, he's gone up, but he's the master. He is the master. So awesome. So we got CM. Hi, Mark. Did grapes, lemons for 9 days and felt great. Yep, absolutely. Stopped craving fat, salt, etc. But began getting dizzy upon standing. Is this part of detox? Still eating 100% fruit? Yeah, it could be. That could be attributed to a couple things. You know, as you start to move mucus and pus out of glands and organs, and in the, you know, it could be the cerebellum in the brain. It could be in the ears, the inner ears. You know, there's a lot of things that up in the brain too with your balance equilibrium. It could be your adrenal glands clearing. You know, these things do happen. What happens is a lot of times, you know, you're removing obstructions from these adrenal glands that are used to working at a whole different level, a whole lot lower level, by the way. So as you do this, you know, they can kind of go a little funky on you. So I would attribute it to detox and just take it easy and just keep the clearing going. They'll eventually reset themselves and be stronger, and the balance between all those glands will get much, much better. The hormones balance out, sugar metabolism, mineral metabolism, all these things start balancing out. So good. So keep it up, I would say. We got Corey Pino. What's a good protocol for someone about to take Parasite G? Well, okay, so Parasite G is for worms, okay? But, you know, we never just do one thing, okay? So to get worms out, if you're going to ask me what a protocol for Parasite G for worms, I would say this. I would say that we always get the kidneys open, okay, with kidney herbs and with the dry fasting and possibly with this breathing. And then we always move lymph. We help that with the fruit and the herbs too. There's lymphatic herbs that pull in the lymph system, okay? So we got kidney lymph. We always clean up the glands, especially the adrenal glands that sit on top of the kidneys, okay? And then we clean up the GI tract. A lot of these worms are in the GI tract, okay? So you got to do all 4 of those things, okay? Good idea in the first month to do some liver gallbladder herbs and the Parasite M for the microparasites too, and all the eggs and things like that. So that's what I would do. I would do those 6 plus the G, Parasite G, to get the worms, okay? So the Fab 4 plus 2 more, plus the liver gallbladder, plus the Parasite M for microparasites. Parasite G is for the big ones. I don't know where he got the G from. Parasite grande parasites. I don't know. So maybe it's going to be like Starbucks. We'll have the Vente parasite formula. I don't know. So we got Jessica M. Can you talk about detoxing virals and how long it takes for someone to detox it out of the body? You know, I just released a video from Dr. Morse on virals, especially the herpes simplex. So they can take a long time. You know, one of the things that I noticed when I was researching all this is that virals are not, a lot of people don't think they're living entities. They're more of a protein, a complex protein type of entity. I don't know. But they don't have a metabolism, but they're strange animals or whatever these things are. But anyways, so you can't kill them. That's the basis of it. Dr. Morse has been talking about this for years. You can't kill virals. So what the hell do? You've got to move the lymph system. You got to take away their home, okay? If you can't kill them, kick them out of the house. And the house is yours, that you have a dirty house. You have this dirty, stinking house that you've clogged up, and, we're all kind of, what do they call the hoarders? We're all hoarders. We're all hoarders of mucus and acids and toxins. So stop being a hoarder and let's clean this up. Clean up that house. If you're real dirty, it's going to take you a long time to clean it up. But what other choice is there? If you can't kill the virals, why not clean up the house? Okay, so get into detoxification, learn about it, and start, doing a good plumbing job on yourself. And it takes what it takes. So it takes 6 months. So it takes a year. So it takes 2 years. Who cares? You're doing nothing but good to the body as you're cleaning it. If the virals are still there, you still have a dirty body. So why not get it as clean as possible and live a good life? Go into your older years feeling great, feeling alkalized and hydrated down to the cellular level. So you're not all dry. A lot of aging is dryness. So do that. And a lot of when you take in alkaline foods and start to alkalize that lymphatic system, what happens is that a lot of the acids start to hydrate, and your skin starts to plump up again. Your wrinkles disappear. The bones, the joints start to hydrate. They become more fluid and liquid, so you walk around easier. You're not all stiff. Your neck isn't like this. You're not all hunched over because everything's drying and pulling in from the acids. Picture a piece of beef jerky. That piece of beef jerky used to be a nice, lush piece of meat, okay? So now it's a dried, you don't want to end up like a dried piece of beef jerky. And we've seen people like that. I don't want to put people down, but just go to the penny slot room in Vegas and you'll see these people chain smoking Marlboros and drinking a lot of cheap alcohol, and they can dry out, man. Wow. So taking in that smoke is just pure acids going into your lung. Will dry you right out. So anyways, that's my sermon on that. But so just you can't kill the virals, but you can certainly clean out the dirty sewer system they live in. Okay. They're almost like vampires. You can't kill them, so you gotta kick them out. All right. So we got Justin Cross. All right, Justin. Good evening, Mark. Hello, everybody. Hello, Justin. Welcome. Good to see you here. Susan Freestone. All right. Hello, everybody. So happy to be here with you. So happy you're here, Susan. Fantastic. TBG Meg. Hi, Mark. Can you help explain why a person would feel nausea after almost every meal? Occurs within 15 to 20 minutes after eating, and it is to the point where it's almost paralyzing, feeling it a lot. Well, what are you eating? That's the big question. Don't know what you're eating. Has your diet changed? A lot of it is diet. I mean, it could be your stomach acids. It could be your pancreas not making enough enzymes, things like that. Tell me what you're eating, and maybe we can help you. I know that with nausea, one of the great herbs for nausea is ginger. Make yourself a ginger tea. Go to the market, get a little fresh ginger, and just kind of, grate it a little bit, and make yourself a ginger tea. That really helps with nausea. It's probably a digestive issue, and that's pancreas or the stomach. And so it sounds like you got GI tract problems. You could have a candida from sulfur, from antibiotics. You could have a candida like overgrowth going on. So, but try some ginger. But learn about detoxification and learn about how to deal with, how to get the pancreas up and how to get the stomach and the bowels cleaned up. And it's all basic detoxification, very easy to learn. And I have a video on how to detox with herbs. We'll tell you about the herbs that can help you do all this. Okay, but try the ginger tea for some quick relief. Okay. We got CM, TBG Mag, same here. So we got a couple nauseous people here. Okay. And, clean up the diet, when you're mixing proteins and starches and dairy and all that kind of crap, it's just digestion is really super duper hard. Okay, we got Matt Norton. After getting the kidneys filtering and eating fruits with raw vegetables, is there a limit to how many tinctures to get on at once, or is it best to stick to say one at a time? No, you look at Dr. Morse's formulas. He has got 8 or 9 tinctures that have sometimes 10 or 12 different herbs in each. So these are really just vegetables with an attitude when you think about it. I mean, it's really hard to hurt yourself. The lymphatic herbs, okay, you got to be careful with those. Some of those are really strong. You can overdose on anything, but we find that people can do these big kits and be just fine. Maybe it's good if to come in kind of slowly at first. Some of us are really toxic. The minute we start unleashing these toxins and acids that are latent in the body, we can go through some intense healing crises. So start out slow, but ramp it up quickly. You want to be brave, but you don't want to jump into the deep end of the pool super fast. Especially if you haven't ever done one of these. Some people just getting on fruit is one heck of a big change. So be careful, but know your limits, but push yourself. One of the problems with natural healing is that people don't go strong enough. They're afraid. They're more afraid of herbs, which are natural, which are vegetables, and they're more afraid of these than they are these unbelievably dangerous pharmaceuticals. Or they'll go and they'll eat a ton of just neurotoxic food and not even worry about it. And go out on Friday night and just drink like a fish. A lot of toxic poisons in that alcohol. So, you got to push it, but you got to be smart about it. Okay, so ramp up, come in slow, but ramp it up as quick as you can, and know your limits. And that bar is going to raise too. You may start out and you can't really do a lot of fruit and herbs in the beginning, but the bar will raise. You'll be able to do more and more as you clean out more and more. Okay? But detoxification is an art form, and it's only something that you can learn. I can guide you. The videos up by Dr. Morse and myself can guide you, but it is something that it's an art that you have to learn, and you can only learn it by doing it. So do the best you can, okay? Doris Rotten's back. Okay, what do you do for low body temp? 96 to 96.5. Okay, so we like 97.8. We're talking about basal temperature. You get a basal temperature thermometer. I like the mercury ones, and you put it under the arms. You get one that's made for under the arms. Women use them for ovulation. Get a basal temperature make sure it's for underarm, and then you want to hold, before you even get out of bed, first thing in the morning, you want to hold that under the armpit for whatever the recommended time, and I think it's like 5 or 8 minutes or something. So we want to see 97.8. This shows the health of the thyroid, okay? Thyroid handles metabolism and body temperature. So if you have something low like this, we've got to detox the body. Overall, again, kidneys, lymph, adrenals, and the glands, and the GI tract, the big Fab Four. Okay, and then we want to specifically focus on that thyroid. There are herbs for the thyroid to help that, and we want to move the lymph out. We want to get the pus and mucus out of the glands, including the thyroid, so that thing starts functioning better. Okay, there are glandulars for the thyroid. When we take they're called desiccated tissues. I guess they just kind of chop them up. They're just raw. They're just raw tissues. So they'll take either a cow or a pig thyroid and they'll desiccate it, whatever that means. They just chop it up, maybe grind it at a low temperature. I don't know. But what we do here is in the presence of other thyroid tissue, even though it's from another animal, it gets that thyroid to perk up. Okay, and we also do the herbs too. All right, so you've got to do a detox, and then you could use some extra punch with thyroid formulas. Okay, and yeah, so of course it's all about getting kidney filtration and moving lymph, getting on a high raw diet, high fruit diet. Fruit is a must because it dissolves mucus and it gets things flowing, and it's not acidic to the body. It's hydrating to the body. Good hydrated lymph is a fluid lymph. Okay, a dry acidic lymph is a stiff lymph that doesn't even move. In some cases, some people's lymph nodes are hard as a rock. Okay, so your body can't. You have no immune system. If your lymph nodes are all hard as a rock, how are you going to fight anything if the lymph nodes is where all these bad things are taken? Where your natural killer cells and your macrophages and all these things are, and plus some friendly bacteria that help us alkalize the lymph. Yeah, you can't get anything done. Okay, so hydrating the lymph system is true hydration, you guys. Not drinking a bunch of Kangen water. That's not true hydration, okay? All right. So, boy, we got a lot of people tonight. This is great. This is really amazing. I'm trying to catch up to you guys here. Okay. Jessica M., you can be raw and bodybuild. Question. Yes, you can. There are plenty. Look up Ian Michael Myers. Ian Michael Myers. He is a raw body. There's plenty of them, you guys. They look really, they say they look better than they did when they were pumping the protein powders. And the problem with weightlifting, with all that protein, you're all acidic and stiff. And you see these bodybuilders, I mean, they're not good athletes. I mean, I don't see them out surfing. I don't see them up skiing. They can't move their bodies fluidly. You got to have the fluidity and the strength. That's the best combination, That makes for an awesome athlete. So, it's actually preferable. I think it's Venus or Serena Williams was raw and vegan and just kicking butt and going way beyond what she was. So you can look that up. There's marathon runners, all kinds of people. The boss can't think of questions right now. Good day, Mark. And ironic, just ate eggs thinking I needed more protein, laughing out loud. Don't need the eggs. Eggs are mucus forming. They're dead animal tissue. It's just, we don't want them. Jessica M. Wow. Okay. TBG Mag, on a detox program already and herbs, so cannot figure out why this would be occurring. Detox program, I forget, okay, so the nausea. Okay, so you might be just clearing out lymph. You might be moving this pus and mucus out of the body. It can get a little comfortable. Might be coming out of your stomach and bowels and pancreas, okay? Try the ginger to help yourself out, okay? Dr. Morse makes a stomach tea that helps soothe. A lot of times when we detox, we start stirring up acids in the GI tract, which can be really uncomfortable. Okay, so some of these herbs like slippery elm and marshmallow root and aloe vera juice are really good for cooling things down. In an emergency, put a little baking soda in some water and get that down. You want to, if you're uncovering acids, it can be very uncomfortable. Okay, so we got Amanda Frey from Australia. Hello, Amanda. Welcome. Bailey Barnes is back. Could an increase in body aches and negative psychological symptoms during detox be an issue of kidney filtration or just symptoms of toxins and acids being exposed or both? Well, body aches are definitely a part of detox because you're moving acids. They could be related to kidneys if they're not filtering, because if you're stirring up acids and they got nowhere to go, they're going to chew on you. All right. We do detox psychologically too. A lot of emotions are stored in the cells, I hear. So I get a lot of this, and I've experienced it. You can get emotional detoxes, and it's not fun, but you got to do it, guys. Be good to yourself when you're detoxing. Treat yourself good. You're cleansing your temple, and just be really, really good to yourselves. Light candles, put on good music, get some incense. Just be really, really good. Get some flowers. I mean, make your house a little, a temple, and stay in the light. That's all I can tell you. I always tell people, I believe that we have to ask for healing too. It's like a universal law. We're such supreme sovereign beings, eternal beings. I feel that the healing, it must be invited in. That's just something I feel. So invite in the healing of the highest. If you believe in helpers and guides, ask them to assist you, and you'll get through those psychological and those physical things, and come out much stronger and much clearer. But yeah, when you start exposing toxins, it can be a rough ride. But wear the robe and ride the ride, and it always you come out feeling much, much better. You may not feel it, especially with those lung detoxes. They can last week after week, and you just think they'll never end. And but they always do, in my experience. Megan Rose, Jessica, yes, you can be raw and bodybuild. Bobby's Raw Vegan Perspective on YouTube shows you someone who does this. Bobby's Raw Vegan Perspective. Excellent. Bailey Barnes, how did you succeed in achieving kidney filtration? I succeeded with, of course, getting on a high fruit diet and the kidney herbs and a little bit of lymphatic herbs and just doing the detox. I achieved it pretty easily. Some people need to do heavy dry fasting and you know, just really work on it. So everybody's different. But the dry fasting, short-term dry fasting, you know, start with 12 hours, eating nothing, drinking nothing. You could stop at like 8 o'clock tonight and not pick up again until 8 in the morning. That's a 12-hour dry fast. That's kind of a beginner level. Work your way up to 13, 14, 15, 16. Some people do 20 hours. They only have a 4-hour feeding window. Their body is not digesting anything for 20 hours. And they feel great. Everybody's different. Some people love only having a very short feeding window, but that's really good for the kidneys. So, anyways, yeah, it's amazing technology for people that have really sticky filtration. But you know, another thing too is if the adrenals are weak, they sit on top of the kidneys. You could have trouble getting kidney filtration too. So hi Mark, love the hair. Yeah, am I kind of funky? Sorry. Oh man, yeah, maybe it is. I gotta see myself. I don't really have a hair person, so yeah, I do the best I can. But thank you, Kelly. Oh man. Let's see here. So Mark Martin, hey Mark, when you eat cheat meals, do you wake up in the morning with dry mouth or dehydration feeling? Man, you know, sometimes the cheats can get you. You know, not really, you know, sometimes I just feel dull and a little bit achy. You know, I know, you know, once in a while I do like to eat a little bit of Indian food. That's one of my favorite cheats, or a little bit of Thai food, you know, the pad Thai. I don't eat any meat, but, you know, but pad Thai is pretty neat. But, you know, if they put a lot of spice on it or something like that, I can wake up just feeling dull and a bit achy. So, dry mouth possibly, yeah. Yeah, you know, one of the things is, you know, when you guys get really clear, watch those cheat meals, because if there's neurotoxic chemicals in like MSG and stuff, you can get that dry mouth and all that kind of stuff, you know, the migraine headaches and all that. And you're more sensitive. So, yeah, you know, I mean, I tell everybody, look, if you're going to have a piece of pizza once in a while, make it the best darn pizza you can. You know, or if you're going to have the Thai food, just eat a little bit, you know, box up that, ask for a box right when you order so you're not tempted to eat more. Just have a tiny bit and you know, see how you feel. Your body can really kick out small amounts of things, I feel. But yeah, when you're detoxing, take it real seriously. But we're not always detoxing, you know, so, but you know, I mean, I'm not detoxing now, but I like to have a high level of fruit. And I like to be as close to 100% raw as possible. But you know, so if you're gonna have the unraw things, the cheat things, and all that kind of stuff, just be real careful. Okay, Kelly, I've heard that making protein foods with they're making protein foods with algae. Yeah, they have been for a long time. People in some forums say it's very harmful, starts major overgrowth in the body. Who knows if this is true, but does make sense. So buyer beware. Yeah, we're not into proteins. We don't really care about proteins. We're not actually looking for proteins, and so yeah, I wouldn't waste my money on that stuff, to be honest with you. Yeah, I do just fine without these darn proteins. I used to, you know, look, I mean, think about all the animals that are suffering and dying because we believe that we need the protein. We're kind of trained. I was trained to eat protein, you know, 2-3 times a day. And my meal didn't feel complete unless it had protein with, you know, an animal protein with it. Think about all these animals, you know, millions and millions a day being slaughtered needlessly. Really, the body doesn't like it. I mean, the mind likes it for some reason, the smell and all that. It does smell great, but we don't need it, and it's acidic and mucus forming to the body. Causes an immune mucoid response in the body. So, what can I say? Yeah, we don't like the protein. Justin Cross, been on pancreas, liver, kidney, nervous, and gland herbs for 1 month, as well as a pancreas glandular. So you're going after that pancreas. Good. Can't handle more than 25 grams of fruit per meal. It struggles on fruit, lots of gas, and fruit just sits. So try mono fruit. Just try only grapes. Don't mix the fruits. Certainly don't mix the fruits with veggies or anything else. So go real, yeah. So it sounds like you're struggling with that pancreas, get kidney filtration, move the lymph, and get that pancreas to clear. But you're lacking pancreatic enzymes. It sounds like, okay, to help digest that. So try mono, and then try juicing. Just try juicing so you don't have to digest a lot, okay? And then slowly add in the whole grapes, okay? And see how you do. Try just making your own fresh grape juice, okay? I have a video on how to make it by hand. You just go to Home Depot, get a $1 paint bag, put a bunch of grapes in a NutriBullet, hit it for just a second, open them up, or a blender, and then put them in that paint bag and squeeze them. You'd be surprised how much juice you get out and how dry that pulp is. So that's just a cheap way to make your own fresh, hand-squeezed, live living grape juice. And that will not turn on digestion in the pancreas, and it'll help clear that pancreas, okay? And slowly add back in the fiber. Try that. We got Rosaline in the house. All right, good. Amanda Frey. Hello, Mark. Do things get worse before they improve? Yes. Guess it's the cells detoxing, cells rebuilding. Yep. As you uncover acids and move acids and toxins, yeah, it can be painful. But, we get through it. We get through it, and that's why we're here. I'll send you blessings from here, and everybody in this group will get behind you if you're going through a hard time. Send me an email. I answer everybody's email in the morning. I'll send you blessings, mark@markjamesgordon.com. I'll just send you a little blessing and make you feel better if you start to hurt, okay? Jamie Dunson, hi Mark, was wondering if lifting weights was okay while detoxing. Yeah, you can do it, but we're trying to get acids out. So if you're doing a lot of repetitions, you're going to be making a lot of lactic acid. All right, so we don't want to create too much acids if we're trying to get it out. So I would say light weights, and don't go to the point where you're sore the next day. That means you've created acids. Okay. We got Justin Cross. Only thing helps is low carb piece of fruit per meal and chase with celery if still hungry. Otherwise, left unsatiated. All right. So, try what I said with the juices and the mono fruit. Kelly is saying to Justin, pay attention to which specific fruit causes gas. Eat only one kind of fruit at a time. Absolutely, on an empty stomach. Yeah, good tip. Yeah, maybe some of the fruits like bananas are of course they're going to take a lot of digestion and could make you gassy, bloaty. But certainly a raw grape juice, and then slowly start adding the pulp in, and eat a few grapes maybe, and see how that does for you. Okay, can the GI broom cause this kind of nausea I was speaking of? GI broom it could cause it because GI broom is really good at going after candida and sulfur. So yes. A lot of people have severe digestive problems because of candida and sulfur in that GI tract. Okay, so I would say yeah, definitely. Okay, so maybe back off on the GI broom a little bit. It's very powerful, and it will stir up that sulfur and candida. That's why you want to take the antiparasite with that GI broom to kill that fungus too. But yeah, it can cause the nausea, sure. Carl Hungus is saying to Stevie Zenith, here is the Dr. Schultze website that Mark mentioned if you don't have any luck with Dr. Morse's or Mark's herbs. So it's herbdoc.com, specific circulation. Yeah, so Dr. Schultze does have these cayenne garlic formulas for the circulation. And he has said that many times that he's actually had heart patients in his office that have had heart attacks, and he's revived them with these formulas to get that circulation back. So he's quite a character, Dr. Schultze. So, all right. So Amanda, also bowels working better now with more fruit during the day, and I squat on the toilet. Elimination works better. Yeah, these squatty potty things are amazing. You know, just to get the bowels in the proper alignment when you're eliminating, you get a much, much better thorough elimination. So I don't have one, but if truth be told, I was just camping up in the high Sierras and above Bishop. Beautiful, but there's no toilets up there. But man, you know, just the natural alignment of the bowels, you know, is just so much better. So I think I'm going to get one of those squatty potties. I suggest everybody does it. Thank you. Thanks for that, Amanda. Stevie Zenith, do you think doing a grape and lemon juice fast will also assist in better circulation quickly? I don't know about quickly, but it's going to be definitely better for lymphatic circulation. As the mucus comes out of the body, you get better blood circulation too. Because, you know, what happens if the body's acidic, you also make more cholesterol than you should. So the cholesterol can plaque in all of the arteries and in the vessels. So yeah. But the quickest way is I would say those physical protocols I was talking about and these herbs. He is diabetic, so I haven't put him on that yet. Okay, so he's diabetic. All right, so here we go. So diabetes is telling us that those kidneys are blocked up and the adrenals are down. And when the adrenals are down, you're more acidic. So this makes a lot of sense. Your circulation goes way down with diabetes because you become more acidic and thus more blocked up, more mucus, more lymph blockages, all that kind of stuff. So yeah. So yeah. So you haven't put them on the grape and lemon juice fast. So here's the thing, you know, I'm not even going to call it diabetes because I don't believe in diseases. It's blood sugar issues. So blood sugar issues are two things. Type 2, what they call type 2 is a sugar metabolism issue with the adrenals. The adrenals are down. Okay, so the adrenals they metabolize sugars. So if you can't metabolize sugars, then you got sugar metabolism, sugar, you know, the sugars can in the blood can go high because they haven't been metabolized. So or they could drop. So you're just not metabolizing sugars. So also the pancreas, that's more type 1, and that's making the insulin, you know. So but what happens with the adrenals, they metabolize sugar. And if they're not working, you know, it can really lead to type 2. And also, they make antacid steroids that help us fight acids in the body. So when the adrenals are down, the body tends to get more acidic. They also control the kidneys. So if the adrenals aren't working properly, they sit on top of the kidneys don't filter, the lymph system backs up. Okay, but you need the fruit and to actually get things moving again. This is the catch-22. So Dr. Morse has found out that you know, a lot of people with sugar metabolism issues start to do well with the fruits, juices, and the fruits. Take it slow in the beginning. Monitor that blood until the things turn around. You need that fruit to alkalize everything and get the things cleared out and moving. So yeah, it's a catch-22. We need it, and also, you know, it's funny. Not funny, but the fruits are actually low glycemic load and low glycemic index. Go look at the Harvard study. It's on my site. Just type in glycemic Harvard, and you'll see it. The fruits are much, much less glycemic than the grains. Okay, so learn about that. Yeah, your dad needs a lot of help in these departments. Okay, all right, Bitsy, please. We got Rome Alone, rebounding, dry skin brushing, and sauna sweating, inversions, hanging upside down can all help move lymph. Yes, exactly. I'm going to repeat that. Rebounding, dry skin brushing, saunas for sweating, inversions, hanging upside down can all help move lymph. Very good. Thank you. Excellent. And now this Wim Hof breathing, you guys. Let's try it. Let's see if we can add something with the Wim Hof breathing. Maybe this is a new thing we can teach everybody. We got Jeannie. I think it may be Dr. Schultz who says to sprinkle cayenne pepper in your shoes. Absolutely. I do it for my ski boots. So yeah, you could do that. Or make the paste like I talked about. Or just some water. That is helpful for cold feet, as it would increase circulation in the feet extremities. Absolutely. Very good. Thank you. So Justin, all fruits cause it. It's the high amounts I can't handle, but small amounts still leave me hungry. So be consistent, you know. Like if you make a smoothie, don't just guzzle a 16-ounce smoothie. That's going to spike anybody. Just sip it slowly. You know, always have some fruit and just nibble on fruit in a slow, consistent way. And that will not spike you, okay? And it'll keep you from getting hungry, where you get those dips, you know, those blood sugar dips make you hungry. Then you want to eat anything. Okay? You know, you can combine some high fiber fruits too, like the bananas, you know, to that'll slow things down. Okay? Okay, so Jeannie, mashed up garlic poultice may also help with that foot injury. So good idea. So the garlic is stimulating too. You can smash that up and make a, you know, just make a paste and get that on there, and to help with that. Good, thank you. We got Lindsay Knight. This is the first summer in probably 20 years or more that my skin has tanned to a gorgeous golden color that I haven't seen since I was a child. Interesting change since starting Dr. Morse protocols. Wow, so your skin might have been so blocked up. You know, we have the lower layers of the skin that get blocked up because the skin's the third kidney. So if the kidneys aren't filtering properly, then they start kicking out toxins to the skin. The skin just gets blocked up and not circulating properly. So, you know, you don't get that lymphatic flow, that blood flow necessary and all that. So that's interesting. It makes sense to me, though. So now you got more of the melanin in the skin, and it's reacting better to the sun. So good. Good to hear. So Stevie is thanking Jeannie. We all thank Jeannie. Thank you. All right, so we've got Tenzin. Hi, Mark. Recently, there is a lady who is thrashing the Masterpath system on her Facebook page, claiming she is doing great on a meat diet, getting quite a following too. One of her observations is that her kidneys are still filtering. A couple of months ago, I went rogue and started taking meat to see how my body does after all the detox I've been through. I noticed that my kidneys are filtering the next day cloudy. Okay, so all right, so yeah, anybody can trash anything. My experience, and a lot of people's experience with the meat, the high meat diet, is that yeah, you can do okay for a while, but then you get the blowback. Okay, and the blowback is that the kidneys stop. So I like to see how long she goes before those kidneys stop, and then she starts to become acidic again. She's taking in an acid mucus forming food, a high protein food that's really, really hard on the body to digest, really hard on the stomach and bowels, can cause a lot of problems, putrefaction and all that kind of stuff. And the acids in the body, in the bowels, start to chew on that bowel wall. So yeah, a lot of people, you know, look, I mean, we got to experiment on ourselves, but you know, we got to be sensible here. So I think she's making a huge mistake. She could get by with it for a while, but the blowback is probably going to be very horrendous. Okay, and it's really a shame because she did all this really great cleansing on the Masterpath, and now she's going to put that back in the body. You know, and all the parasites and all that crap in there. So, you know, I think she's making a huge mistake, okay? And, you know, a lot of time, kidney filtration, I mean, we're new to this, you guys, so I have seen really good filtration after a cheat meal myself. Now, is that my body kicking things out, saying, hey, we got you filtering, man, we got your lymph moving, and now you're taking in this crap, and now we're going to kick it out for you, we're helping you out. But there comes a time where these start to build up again, and the flow stops again. All right, so we can get by for a while, but I would be very careful. This is for me the golden key, and it's something that you can do the rest of your life. And I have done high protein diets, and I got hurt bad. Okay, and when I do take in the mucus forming foods, I can feel it. I can feel the inflammation. It's all about inflammation, you guys. When you take in the wrong things in the body, you get an inflammatory response from the body, which is a mucus response, which is ultimately an acidic response. Okay? We want a flowing lymph system, not a gummed up one. We got today for tomorrow. Mark, how to learn about making your own tinctures, such as percent of alcohol, water proportion of roots, barks, leaves, extraction time, what herbs are better extracted by alcohol, water, solvents, etc. If you really, really want to get into it, There's a book, it's a free PDF called the Moderna Medica, I think it's called, or Materia Medica, Materi, Medica. If anybody knows the exact name, let me know. But it's it's free. It's huge. 400 pages of all this stuff. It gives you all these kinds of things. So, but we're working a little differently here. We're lymphatically based healers here. So, we're working in a little different way. All right. There is a Do It DIY Herbs for Detox, Facebook group where this guy has done some research on proportions and things that Dr. Morse uses. Do-it-yourself herbs for detox is very, very useful if you want to make herbal formulas that are in the vein of what we're doing here. Okay? We got Joni313. Hi, Mark and everyone. Hi, Joni. Good to have you. We got Tenzin, so talking more about this meat eater that has gone rogue on us, soon to be back. Tenzin, but becomes clear again once the protein clears up. My question is, could our kidneys be having different levels of filtration? Yeah, of course they have different levels of filtration. This is not sustainable for this person. The cleaner we go, the deeper we go to release ourselves emotionally, the more they open up. Is emotions tied to kidney filtration? Possibly. The body is a holistic organism, and everything can affect everything. So, possibly, absolutely. We got Seamus McGrath. Hi everyone, Seamus here. 74 days in, juicing grapes 95% of the time. Excellent. Stomach very uncomfortable. Feels like it's being sucked in. Way too much energy. Seeing more mucus than ever. Clear to brown. Yeah, that's one of the problems with these juice fasts is you can't sleep. I mean, you got no digestion going on, so you got all this amazing energy. I was sleeping 3-4 hours a night. It was really, up at 3:30 in the morning, really annoying. I was up at 4:44 this morning. I had a consult, and the person I was consulting was up at 4:44 too. We both had that synergy. It was really a great synchronicity. But yeah, that's one of the problems still with me, being high fruit, high raw. It's just, God, you have so much energy. It's hard to go down at night, and you get up super early. So, and even more. So, feeling stomach being sucked in. Yeah, I don't know about that. You just feel like I don't know, maybe it's just your stomach and bowels, transverse colon just clearing out so much, becoming so, hydrated and inflammation and all the obstructions and all that mucoid plaque and all that stuff coming out. But mucus coming out, yeah. I did a video when I went through a major healing crisis in the lungs, and I just asked myself, where's all this mucus coming from? Literally buckets of mucus coming out of my lungs. I had asthma as a kid, born with weak adrenals. And but it's not so much the mucus. What happens is as you detoxify, as you uncover layers and get down to more acids, the mucus protects the acids from you. So as you uncover that, more mucus comes in to fight that. The body doesn't want to burn up. So the mucus is really coming from you uncovering more acids in the body and the body's new response to it. But that eventually clears. So just keep going. This can go on for a long time. If you're producing mucus, you still need to do more work. Okay? Provided you're on a mucus-free diet, a mucusless diet. You take a bowl of ice cream, you'll produce mucus immediately. It's incredible. People are coughing up a lung, or just tons of mucus coming out of that throat after eating that ice cream. They don't realize what they're doing, but they're having an intense mucoid response. Slavomir, thoughts on hybrid foods having incomplete molecular structures which can harm your body based on late Dr. Sebi's work. Well, yeah, there's a difference between hybrids and there's a difference between GMOs. GMOs are extremely harmful. I've avoided them like the plague. I would not do any soy products. I would not do any corn that's not organic. These things are highly, highly GMO'd. The hybrid, where they're doing the grafting is a little different. Look at getting the purest fruits and vegetables is the greatest thing we can do. But I would stay far away from GMOs, and yeah, try to avoid them. Love Dr. Sebi, but do the best you can. Get the highest quality fruits and veggies you can in their most natural state. You know, one of the things we're doing here is we're just, you know, we're doing some spiritual work too, in the way that we're putting our trust back in nature, okay? Back in what the Creator made, okay? Instead of what our egoic minds have made. This is the difference, okay? There's a difference between creation and making something. Creation has already been created, okay? So that formula has already been put into use, and it's timeless. That's where I want to be. I want to be with what is timeless, what is pure, what is pure nature, what was purely put for us, what we're supposed to be taking in. So by getting away from all this nonsense and getting back to purity and simplicity, I mean, just everything changes. It's unbelievable. So yeah, hybridization is the ego. It's the egoic mind taking control of nature, thinking it can do better. Yeah, it's an interesting subject I'm talking about. You know, it's kind of easy. Look at, if it's not eternal, it's not real. Okay, think about that. If it's not eternal, it's not real. So yeah, so just think about what was created for us and what is in its most natural state. That's eternal, because that nature is eternal. Okay, nature is eternal. All right, so Jamie Dunson, I just bought the first kit. Now the first kit is, Dr. Morse has kits. He has a 14-week protocol. You can buy his kits. The first kit is the first 2 weeks of that protocol. Now that I'm filtering, is this a good second step? Okay, so you bought a first kit. Okay, you got filtering. Now you're going to do your first kit, which is going to have kidney herbs and lymphatic herbs and GI tract herbs and herbs for the glands, herbs for the adrenals, herbs for the liver, gallbladder, and this and that. It's a great first step. Also, do I have to do it 14 weeks in a row, or can I split up some weeks due to the price? I would still be eating fruit. Yeah, I mean, you know, I tell people at least try to do the first 6-8 weeks of those kits if you can't afford it. They're not cheap. They're about $125, $150 a week. But you know, if you're really going after something, it's good to do like 6-8 weeks of those kits. But definitely do not do those kits unless you're committing to doing a lot of fruit. You'll be wasting your money. And I think it was a good idea for you to get at least some kidney filtration too, okay, before embarking on those. Sometimes we definitely need those kidney herbs and those adrenal herbs to get some action going on those kidneys for filtration. But I think it's a good step. We got Seamus McGrath. Keep up the good work, everyone. You too, Seamus. Thank you. Thank you for showing up here. We really appreciate it. We got Carl is back. Hi, Carl. Do we need to be concerned about harming our teeth enamel while eating so much fruit? Yeah, that's a great point. In the beginning, you know, what happens is that you know, if your mouth is acidic, okay, and you can test that with pH strips. If you're below like, you know, 6.8 or so, you know, I would be worried about that. And then if you take in like some of the more acid fruits, they're not really acidic to the body, but they're acid in pH. Kind of a complex issue, but you know, and you leave that. Let's say you have some lemons or oranges, and you don't brush your teeth at night, or just leave it on for a long time. That could be an issue in the beginning. Here's the catch-22. If you have weak enamel, yeah, the fruits the fruit acids can actually go in and destroy the weaker parts of that tooth. So you have to be careful. So be rinsing your mouth out after the fruit. But you need the fruit because it's going to move lymph in the mouth tissues, and it's going to alkalize that mouth. The mouth is also an extension of the GI tract. If the GI, that's telling me that the GI tract is acidic too. We need the fruit to move acids out of the body and hydrate everything and alkalize everything, but they can do damage in the beginning. And weakened animals also a sign that your parathyroid is down, you're not utilizing calcium properly or other minerals from the adrenal glands. So it's a catch-22. So be careful when you guys are starting out detoxing. Rinse your mouth out a lot, and don't let those fruit acids sit on those teeth, okay? So yeah, so be careful in the beginning, and get that parathyroid up. Check that parathyroid. If you've got sagging skin, if you've got any kind of hemorrhoids, hernias, varicose veins, any prolapsing of organs, these are all signs, depression, all signs that the calcium levels are low in the body, and it's the parathyroid. So work on that too, but be vigilant on keeping those teeth, that mouth a little bit alkaline in the beginning by rinsing it, a little baking soda maybe. But yeah, be very vigilant in the beginning. I had some issues myself with that, so I know that firsthand. I know Dr. Morse has had that too. Slavomir, what's your recommendations on the best learning books on herbology and iridology? Well, definitely, the Dr. Morse's Detox Miracle Source Book is just great to have on your desk. It has everything in it, a lot of herb information. Yeah, maybe a little bit of iridology, not so much. Dr. Jensen's books, Iridology, he has a thin Iridology book that's a good little handbook. Dr. Morse's videos and my videos on Iridology are real helpful because we're just really concerned about that lymphatic system. So ours are really good. It's really simple. I've done about, I think, 9 or 10 of them to help you with the basics on that. So these are good places to start. But Dr. Jensen's books on Iridology is a good read if you really want to take it deeper. But we're more lymphatically, we like to look at the lymph system through the eyes mostly. Kelly, plugged up liver gallbladder can cause nausea after eating too. Yeah, good. A little apple cider vinegar and or baking soda can help. Okay. Good. Thank you. We've got Arnell Joy. Arnell Joy looking to alkalize the body with a detox. You bet. What protocol package should I begin with? I had a TMA and it revealed that I have heavy metals in my body for sure. So, with heavy metals, detox, a general detox is going to move lymph where these heavy metals are residing. So this is really good. Dr. Morse has a chem metal detox formula to help that. So I know cilantro is really good for pulling things out. So, but nothing like lymphatic detoxification. So learn that. That's how you move the heavy metals out. But certainly some of these herbs can help. Okay, protocol package to begin with. The Dr. Morse's Fab 4 is a great place to begin. Those first kits are great places to begin. But learn about detoxification. You can definitely get on the high fruit diet, but learn, see my videos on how to detox with fruit, how to detox with herbs, basic detoxification. Okay. And then Arnell says, I'm a prior Air Force vet and have been to many geographic locations. My arsenic and aluminum ratios are pretty high, so I'm a little concerned. Thanks. Well, the only way out is through. You got to start moving this. If you start going too fast, back off. I know a lot of people in the service, in the armed forces have been given a lot of vaccinations and a lot of neurotoxins. They're put in a lot of toxic environments. So you got to really dig in and start moving lymph. Move. Got to get it out. I would be more concerned about having arsenic and aluminum in me than getting it out. So, so you gotta start moving that. Okay. Chem metal detox, Dr. Morse, lymphatic detoxification, super duper important. Mark, when is the next in-face level 1 International School of Detox certification? I think those are in the springtime, and then the level 2 comes up in the fall, coming up, I think, here in late September, early October. I may be going. I haven't decided yet, but I had a great time last year. So good to be with all those people. And Dr. Morse, the energy of this guy is just phenomenal. It's really incredible. He's such a major teacher. And he gets so excited. I mean, he just keeps going and going. And when he comes in the room, the energy just comes up 10 notches. It's just amazing. So yeah, you'll come out of there just feeling great, and you'll learn so much and just realize how simple all this stuff is. It's incredible. Slavomir, my son has autism. Your recommendations, what protocol would you follow if you were in my shoes? Been to many specialists and no progress from any of them. Okay, so this is a neurological issue. So nothing better for neurological issues than high fruit. It just turns on the nervous system as much as possible. Work on those adrenal glands. Work on just, moving toxins and acids out through the body. Just detox, detox, detox. Get up into the head brain area, upper circulation, brain and nerve. Balance the glands out, especially those adrenal glands. And the adrenal glands make neurotransmitters. Okay. And the high fruit is electrical to the body, and it really turns on the whole entire nervous system. That's what I would do. One of the great things about detoxification is when you get into high levels of detoxification, this is where the magic really comes in. Okay. Just incredible magic can happen when you go into the regeneration mode. Every cell in the body can regenerate. And I believe that we've been given this beautiful, perfect blueprint that we can return back to. So with your son, I would never give up any hope and get detoxification to the point of regeneration. And we don't even know, you guys. I mean, wonderful things happen. Dr. Morse had a real high level, I think it was MS or Lou Gehrig's person. You can search for it and see the video. She got up and really depleted case and was walking across the room. Just unbelievable. So there's many miracles out there, but these, the electricity of the fruit, especially those grapes, is just amazing to turn back on that nervous system and to clear up everything, and to start the regenerative process. But if you want me to help, get a hold of me offline, and we can design a protocol for your son, and see the miracles happen. Okay. So, but blessings to your son, okay? And please keep us posted, okay? Let's see what happened. I skipped a lot of things. Let's see. I'm sorry. This is so hard to. Once I go down to the bottom of this thing, it just skips everybody. Okay, so Carl, desiccate to dry and dehydrate. Thank you, Carl. So the desiccated herbs or the glands are just dried and dehydrated. Okay, good. Vicky Collins, hi Mark. What's your opinion of using diatomaceous earth for parasite control? Don't use it. No need for it. The idea behind the parasites is it has a little sharp glass in it, and it cuts them and hurts them. Don't do it. We got the herbs to kill them. But we got to go beyond that. We got to move lymph. We got to clean it. We got to kick them out of the house by making our house clean. That's how we do it. Okay. Got Amanda Mendoza. Hey, Mark. Any advice for sticking with a fruit juice with a juice fast? Yeah. Get past that first week. That's the hardest. Once you get past that, it's great. I mean, I was hungry as heck. I was drinking a gallon of juice a day, taking tablespoons of honey like Gino said I could, and I was just trying to get to that first week. It was torture. After about 10 days, I wasn't even hungry. Yeah, just fight that first 7 to 10 days is tough. Get over the hump and you're smooth sailing. But the honey helped. Taking a tablespoon of honey really does help kill the appetite. Okay? And it doesn't turn on digestion. That's the good thing. Okay, Jeannie, desiccate means to dry. Yeah, here's a definition. Great. Remove the moisture from something, especially food, typically in order to preserve it. Desiccated coconut. Synonyms: dry, dried, dehydrated, powdered. So it's all just powdered. Okay, we'll just call it powdered glands. Excellent. We got the raw KV Art. Hi, Mark. Hi, raw KV Art. Good to see you. Hi, Hannon Hall's back. Great. Good evening, Mark and crew. I've been having issues with long bouts of diarrhea and loose stools. Not as bad as last year when everything I ate came out as if it went through a blender and colorful. Yeah, that can happen as the bowels start to clear. We usually just tell people to just ride it out. And Dr. Morse has a stomach and bowels 0, which is stool forming. If anybody else, I know there's other things. It's not coming to mind right now, but there's other ways to help the stool form too naturally. Possibly a little psyllium husk. But this stuff usually does clear. You know, it's the body detoxing and kicking stuff out. So yeah, if anybody has any help with that, let me know. Chime in here and we'll help you out, Hannon. The raw caviar, look up Wade Lightheart for a pro bodybuilder. Wade Lightheart, everybody. Pro, I'm assuming a vegan bodybuilder. Okay? Raw vegan. Jessica M., when you talk about detoxing, do you mean a plant-based diet with whole grains, brown rice, etc., or raw foods? No, we don't do any grains on a detox. Grains are mucus forming. So we want a mucusless diet, so no grains. It's mostly fruit, 80% fruit, 20% salad. Sometimes people go 100% fruit. Sometimes they go 100% fruit juice. This is what we're talking about with herbs. Also, should your produce that you buy be all organic? Get the best you can. Sometimes you can't. If you can't, veggie wash the heck out of it. But do the best you can, preferably organic. Jessica M., sorry, I'm new here. I enjoy your videos a lot. Oh, thanks, Jessica. Welcome. We've got Rome Alone. Jessica, more raw foods. Read Arnold Ehret's book, Mucusless Diet. Mucusless Diet. More raw foods. Okay, yeah, okay, good. Thank you. We got Jamie. Is it okay to drink mineral water or coconut water while on a fruit detox? You know, I don't drink any water when I'm on a fruit detox. The best water is the water that's in the fruit, believe it or not. So, but it would be okay. Also, can I eat any fruit? Yeah, you know, there's different levels of fruit. I have that video, very popular. This is my most popular whiteboard video, and it's about how to detox with fruit. It shows you the different levels. The citrus are the highest cleansers and detoxifiers. Then you go into the grapes and watermelons and things like that. And then down into the sweet fruits like the peaches, the pears, plums, all those kinds of things, apples. And then down into the sweet fruits, which are the bananas and dates and raisins and things like that. So, but yeah, the higher up you can go, the better. Notice you had a ladder, and I'm afraid to eat bananas because of it. It's been 3 weeks and I missed them. Well, you know, the bananas they're not detoxifying, but they're not acid either. So they're fine. They're extra fiber. They'll slow detox down a little bit, but they're great for people that really have hunger issues or that they want to smooth out their sugars. They do have their uses. They got potassium in there, which helps some people calm down a bit. So there are uses for bananas. We don't always need to have our pedal on the metal. This isn't a race, and it's not a contest to see who's the best detoxer. That's not what it's about. Listen to your body. Yep, most of us have a lot of time. We're not, on our deathbed, so we can take the time and learn and do this so it's pleasurable. If you're doing it right, you're not even noticing you're detoxing, really. You know, outside of a couple little healing episodes once in a while. But it's not real. It shouldn't be too stressful, really. Parts of it can be if you're really hitting it hard, but for the most part, you can do this for the long haul. We got Channel LV. My lymph node blocked up from the Tdap vaccine. Not surprised. And I'm having a hard time to move blocked lymph nodes. Is it permanent? Bags under my eyes. Bags under the eyes are blocked up kidneys. You got to get the kidneys opened so the lymph flows. So those lymph nodes will clear out. Put some castor oil packs on those lymph nodes. Maybe a little bit of heat to help soften those up, okay? Dr. Morse has lymph node formulas. Get the overall lymph system moving with fruit and herbs and the physical things like the rebounding and the hot and cold showers. Put hot and cold packs on those lymph nodes. Going back and forth really helps stimulate those. But no, it's not permanent. You can get those unblocked. You got to get those unblocked, okay? All right, learn about detox. And man, I got to tell you, man, I just hope we wake up on these vaccines. There's a lot of neurotoxins in these. In my view, a direct link to some autisms and all these things. Really sad, and the way the dark forces are trying to block this information is just horrific. Really makes me mad. So, and mandatory vaccination. I tell you, judges can be sued. Got to remember this. A judge can be sued personally. If he does something, makes you do something that is unconstitutional, that judge can be sued. So if anybody tried that on me, I would be suing. I would never take it. I would probably have to move. That's a deal breaker for me. But yeah, we can't be pushed around like this. Bailey Barnes, thank you, Mark. You bet. Thank you, Bailey. Same as Amanda Mendoza. When I started both of my fasts, I had to trick my mind into it. I said to myself, only 2 days, and on the third days, I kept going, kept tricking my mind. Over 70 days now. Okay, so keep the carrot out there. I don't know. Good. Thank you. Same as 70 days. Bravo. Yeah, bravo. Good work. That's a really great feat. We got Rosau von Ruin. What are some ways to naturally cure cavities? Well, okay, so alkalizing the mouth like we talked about, moving lymph up in the upper regions all through the body, getting the transverse colon cleaned out so that upper regions drain, really important. Upper circulation herbs. General detoxification to move the lymph out, get the mouth alkalized, okay? Get the utilization of minerals up. As you improve the adrenal function, as you get the pus and mucus out of the glands, you're going to get better mineral utilization. It's not so much, taking a bunch of supplements as it is about getting the utilization up. If you're eating a good raw vegan diet, you're taking in so much good chemistry, so much good minerals and all that you just need to utilize it better. So getting the parathyroid to utilize that calcium, super important. Getting the adrenal glands to utilize their 25 minerals, including the irons and the magnesiums and all these things. So we need all that. That's the way to do it, okay? When the body's in a super hydrated, alkalized, free-flowing state, it just goes into regeneration. I've heard that some people reach such high levels of detoxification they regrow teeth. So that would be fantastic. All right, so Jan Lopez, hi Mark, please talk about the types of enemas you recommend. Thanks so much. I'm not an enema expert, but I do like just simple ones with spring water or any kind of filtered water, distilled, whatever, and not tap water though, and some lemon, maybe a pinch of sea salt. That's what I do. A lot of people do the herbs. I don't recommend the coffee enemas. They're way too stimulating. We want to get those adrenals up naturally. We got Lynn Stonehawker. Hi, Mark. One of my friends informed me that he is very concerned that I am not getting enough good cholesterol to my brain. He thinks I should be eating eggs. I don't know what to say to him. Help. Well, just tell him that we don't need to eat animal products, and that eating eggs would actually it's actually going to clog and have a mucus forming response and slow those kidneys down more, so we become more acidic, so the body's going to make more cholesterol, because cholesterol is a fantastic antacid. The more acidic we are, the more antacids you need to make. Hopefully we're making it mostly with the adrenal glands, the adrenal steroids, but if you're making a lot of cholesterol, that cholesterol is going to plaque up in the brain, and you're going to get bad cholesterol up in that brain. He is right that the brain is made of cholesterol, and cholesterol in the right sense is fine, but you're not going to get that by taking in a food that the body reacts to in a mucus-forming way. That body's looking at it as a foreign substance and is hitting it and having a mucus response to it. That's not what we need. I see a lot of people that have cholesterol plaquing up in the brain from making too much cholesterol, from having an acidic body, from taking in acid-forming foods like eggs. Dairy is so clogging to the body, you guys. It is absolute poison. These milks and ice creams and all that, and these eggs are just, if you only knew, I mean, they are so mucus-causing to the body. Not what we should be eating. Okay, so that's the problem. I mean, we've seen so many people just clear up their brain by getting on the right chemistry and getting the filtration and getting the glands up, so you don't have to make a lot of cholesterol. Corey Pino, and with old people too, I see eyes over 50. Most of them have this arcus senilis halo over the top of cholesterol plaquing from too much cholesterol. Too much acidosis. Corey, so would you recommend being on an all-fruit herb for a certain time frame before taking the parasite tinctures? No, you can start those right away. Anti-parasite tinctures are in the first kits, right off the bat, whether you're filtering or not. Max DePro is here. All right, Max. Good to, man, I haven't heard from you in a long time. It's always good to hear from you, Max. Hey there, brother. You're a great man. Thank you so much. Thought I'd drop in and say howdy. Howdy, Max. Doing a great job as usual. Thank you, man. I love you, my brother. Ciao for now. I'll catch up with you another time. Thanks for stopping in, Max, and saying hi. Good to hear from you. You're doing great work too, man. Max taught me a lot. Met him at Dr. Morse's last year. Fantastic. Justin, hey, Mark, I can't handle fruit juice yet. Can only handle green juice right now. Okay, yeah, everybody's at a different level. You know, some people just going, you know, coming off of the meat, dairy, and grains and going to salads is tough. You know, can kick you into detox. So do the best you can, but stay diligent. That bar is going to raise. Okay. We've got Amanda. Thank you. Yes, I will email you soon for blessings, etc. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody needs a blessing, I will send it to you. I'd be an honor. Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. Jan Lopez, are you anti-spirulina blue algae, Mark? I'm not anti, I just don't think you need it. It's too high protein too, so I guess I would be anti it. Dr. Morse calls it pond scum. It's expensive pond scum, and you're much better off eating the natural foods, you know, for the body, mostly fruit and tender leafy greens. That's where you're going to get the best. You know, it's going to be a mucusless diet. I'm not saying it's the most horrible thing, but it's expensive and it's just not necessary. I mean, if you're eating it for protein content, you just don't need it. And some people eat it for detoxification, but there's nothing better for detoxification than our, you know, than our high fruit, high astringent fruits, and our herbs. Finding my healing, had to stop. High fruit, was too sick with candida, fatigue, and migraines. Disease was getting worms. MS, and Lyme. Sugar feeds Lyme. Thoughts. I so want to heal, but this I have to work too. Okay, so there's a lot of big questions in here, okay? So you stopped high fruit because you're getting too sick. So you were moving too quickly. You were stirring up the candida. You were stirring up the acids, okay? You were getting fatigued. Okay, so just, you know, it's very fatiguing when you're moving acids and toxins, okay? The migraines, certainly. These are all symptoms of going a bit too fast. So slow it back down. Disease was getting worse. Okay, so you have MS and Lyme. This is what they call MS and Lyme's. Okay, the Lyme I know is systemic acidosis. That's what I feel. It's the same thing I had, was the fibromyalgia. You're acidic head to toe. Your kidneys are not filtering, and you're not moving lymph. So you're burning the whole body up inside, and you're providing a really wonderful home for critters. They claim that Lyme is from a tick bite that has a bacteria in it. Okay. Well, what happens is if you have a dirty house, right, a dirty sewer system, any little toxic overload is going to cause problems. Okay, it can be the straw that broke the camel's back, and that's what happens a lot. There's people, they can walk into a freshly painted room and they're so blocked up lymphatically that they immediately get sick, get headaches, migraines, and all that, just from that extra little bit of toxicity. Most of us will kick it right out. Most of us will get bit by a tick and kick that crap right out. The body doesn't want it in there. If it can get to it and get that lymph moving and get that crap out, it will. So you're not moving lymph, so you're backed up. MS, neurological issue. So telling me your adrenals are way down. You need to clear out the adrenals. How are you going to do that on a mucus-forming, acid-forming diet? You're not. You got to get the acids out, so you need an alkalizing, mucusless diet. And you need herbs that help assist moving lymph and bringing up the glands and cleaning out the portals of elimination, kidneys, skin, and the stomach and bowels. Okay? Sugar feeds Lyme, another myth. Okay? The body lives on sugar. You're a carbon animal. You need sugar. Do you want to get that sugar from grains, complex starches that are way too glycemic? Take a look at the glycemic index and load. I mean, it's way too glycemic. This is the problem. Then you got excess sugars stored in the body, and that's going to feed it even more. So where are you going to get your sugars? You want the dairy sugars? No, you don't want that dairy in your body. It's mucus acid forming. Okay? The only good sugars are the monosaccharides that come from the fruits. and the glucose in the veggies, in the raw veggies. So these are all myths. You're never going to get well. You're never going to get well if you believe these things. Okay? You're never going to get sugar out of the body. The body runs on sugar. So you might as well put the best sugar in, coming from the fruits that actually dissolve mucus in the body and get the lymphatic system flowing so everything can clear. So you can clean the sewer. So all these myths are just, keeping us in sickness. It's sad. Okay? You got to kill that candida, you got to kill that fungus, you got to move lymph. But you got to go at a pace. But the good news is you can use foods that are not mucus acid forming. You can start with the vegetables, steam vegetables if you have to, if that's the level you're at, and then move to the salads, and then try moving to the green drinks, and then try moving to the whole fruits, and then try moving to the fruit juices. Okay? But there's steps you can do. You don't have to take it all at once if you're moving it too quick. But the only way you're going to heal is to clean up that sewer system. Okay? You're backed up head to toe, and it's starting to really, really do some damage, both neurologically and systemically throughout the body tissues. Get a hold of me if you want. I will help you. Mark at MarkJamesGordon.com. But I don't like the sound of this, okay? We got Amethyst. Hi, Mark. Do you have any recommendations to make your memory sharper? Absolutely. You got to move lymph throughout the body, like I talk about. Got to get the transverse colon cleaned out so the head will drain. When you get that pus and mucus out of the brain, watch what happens. Everything turns on. And upper circulation, brain and nerve herbs by Dr. Morse are fantastic. Herbs like ginkgo and gotu kola and Siberian ginseng are just fantastic for turning back on the brain. So, it's all about pus and mucus up in the brain. So there you go. Finding my healing, I just don't have $1,000 a month to pay for all these herbs. Well, get on high fruit, get on some herbs, get on Dr. Morse's Heal All Tea or my Giovanna Detox All Tea or my kidney tea with a couple of boosts in there. Do whatever you can. They're not expensive. Eating out in a restaurant is like so super expensive. You can have a month worth of a detox tea for the price of a meal out at a restaurant. So you get your priorities straight. Get on some herbs at least, okay? You can make your own tinctures. I have these things called boosts. You can make your own tinctures and make your own teas and save yourself a lot of money. You don't need to spend $1,000 a month. All right? So you can do it a lot cheaper. And if you want, go and learn about herbs and buy some bulk herbs and make your own formulas, okay? If you really need to save money. Go find some dandelion greens and some plantain. It grows everywhere. There's things you can do, okay? But I can help you. Megan Rose, find my healing tea. The teas are very affordable and work great as a cheap alternative to the tinctures that are much more expensive. Yeah. So the teas are great. They just don't last long. You got to make them every 3 or 4 days. But they're powerful like the tinctures, and you can make tinctures out of the herbs too. Arnell Joy, I'll send you a squatty potty, Mark. Just send me your address. Oh, thank you. Oh man, thank you so much. I will take you up on that. I'm going to send you that, Arnell. That's very, very nice of you, and I'm going to make a note of this right now, okay? Just so I remember. The squatty potty is really really something. I think it's really neat. So I've just saved this as a draft, and I am going to take you up on this. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So good. I appreciate that. Thank you. Mark Martin, yes, I have done the Wim Hof method. I went from holding my breath 30 seconds to 3+ minutes, and it made me very loose. My kidneys were already filtering, so I don't know about that part. Okay, great. Well, experiment more, Mark, and let's see. That's awesome. Fantastic. Got Jamie Dunson. It is true that we shouldn't wear sunblock, but slowly work our way up in the sun to not get burned. I don't wear any sunblock, but I'm dark, I'm mostly Northern European, but I have some Spanish think there's more Spanish in me than my parents were telling me, but anyways, I tan pretty easy, so I don't use sunscreen. I don't like the chemicals in there. There are some good raw vegan type of sunblocks, though. I just forget the name of them, though. But yeah, putting chemicals on the skin, I wouldn't put anything on the skin that I wouldn't eat. Okay, so Stevie Zena, thanks everyone for your help. You bet, Stevie. We got Jane. Hi Jane. Justin Cross, can't handle bananas, papayas, mangoes. Frustrating, I know. I'm very limited in options. Peaches, nectarines, apples, small pears, etc. Yeah, do the best you can. That will improve. As you clean out, you will improve what you can put in the body. It'll get broader. Bailey Barnes, are you aware of what causes melon belly? Yeah, you don't want to, they say with melons, eat them alone or leave them alone. You don't want to mix those, because what happens is they digest very quickly. So if you eat a bunch of stuff, let's say you eat a salad and you throw some melon on top of that, it's going to, everything is using different enzymes, and they're going to digest one at different times. So you're going to block digestion and cause you gas and indigestion. So that's what I believe it is. Bailey Barnes, how is consuming a glandular different from consuming meat? Would they not also be mucus forming? Good question. You're only consuming a very, very small amount. I would imagine in a large quantity it could happen, but like I say, the body can kick out small amounts. You're just eating a few capsules at a time. So I believe in a larger quantity it would be mucus forming. Yes, the body would not recognize it as something but other than a foreign foreign protein substance coming in. But in such a small quantity, I think your body's kicking it out. You're not noticing it. That's how I rationalize my cheats. I just try to do the small things, and I don't really feel it. But you can get caught at it. Okay, so Rome Alone. I think the book you're talking about is the Materia Medica PDF. Yes, that's what it is. Materia, M-A-T-E-R-I-A, Medica, M-E-D-I-C-A, PDF. Free, a fantastic resource for herbs. Okay? Gary Reese is asking, when am I going to get my hair cut? Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I don't know. I'm enjoying the long hair for a while. It's a symbol of my personal freedom and individuality, as Nicolas Cage said in Wild at Heart. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a little hard to handle some days for sure. Thanks, Gary. We got Mike Kerber. Hello, Mark. Do you know Dr. Robert Morse's stance on the Masterpath system? He is not a fan of it, only in the fact he likes everything. The dry fasting, obviously, the high fruit, obviously, the herbs, which are much in line with his herbs and his herbal philosophy. He is not aboard on the pasteurized juices, though, the cooked juices. And also the, preaching the non-organic juices and things like that. He is not in alignment with the plasma and all that. I don't know if he just doesn't understand it or whatever. But he's mostly in line with it. He just doesn't. He's not into the pasteurized thing, and he does believe that it's a with these longer term 108-day fasts. He just thinks it's too much. It's too strong. It's too aggressive and just too strong and too out of alignment with his more middle ground, even though it's very powerful what he's doing. So he's 90% there, but the pasteurized thing is knocking him back, and the length of and the intensity of the fasting, of the juice fasting, is really getting him. He likes the raw. He's a raw as law type of a person. Okay, but he has a lot of respect for what's going on and most of it. Lori Beach Sand Angels back. Hello. What are your thoughts on watermelon seeded versus seedless? I would say seeded, more in the natural state, of course. The closer we can get to what was created instead of what we're making, I think is better. We got Jamie Dunson. What I meant by the kit question was, must I do the kits in a row, or could I do a couple weeks before starting on the next one? Just buy them as I can afford them. I think with detoxifications, it's really good when doing the herbs to we're going to hit it for this portion of time. You want to be as clean eating as possible when you're buying those expensive herbs. You want to be as high fruit as possible. You want to be doing some dry fasting as possible. In other words, not eating, until late at night and getting up and eating again in the morning. More dry fasting you can do with the herbs, I think, is better. And staying pure. I would take, let's say, if you can afford a month and a half, 6 weeks, that would be fantastic. 8 weeks would be better. And just save up your money and then hit it hard at that, okay? That's what I would do. I wouldn't go off and on. We got Sentinel Hill. Sorry, I just skipped over. I'm sorry. They still got problems with this. Okay, so Sentinel Hill, my question is on sulfur. It's damaging for our organs. We want to detox it out, but yet it's essential in building tissues and hormones. Well, you were talking about two different types. The inorganic sulfur that's in these vaccines. In some of the vaccines and in the antibiotics is what's really doing the damage. There is some organic sulfurs that are in some of the cruciferous vegetables like the broccolis and cauliflowers and things, Brussels sprouts. But the thing is that if we have sulfur in the body, those will exacerbate the sulfur. So we want to stay away from those until we've detoxed that sulfur out. So yeah, the organic sulfur naturally found in nature is much better than of course the inorganic sulfurs. Thank you for the herbal tincture name book. Also, you bet. Yeah, spread that around. Bailey Barnes, do you prefer monofruit juice fast or do you typically do multiple types of juice? I prefer the monofruit juice fast myself. Grape especially. A raw grape juice where you're squeezing your own hand squeeze is unbelievably fantastic. You feel so good. You're so energized, and it's really, really cleansing, especially if you combine a little bit of lemon with that. We got Lynn. My friend recently found out she was diagnosed with stage 3 kidney failure. What would be the protocol with herbs and diet for her? Thank you, Mark. Well, kidney failure is just obstructed kidneys. So how do you remove the obstruction? You got to get on. You got to get off all proteins, number one. Proteins block up those kidneys. I don't care what those meat eaters are saying. Sorry. So you got to get off all proteins, all mucus-forming foods, which is meat, dairy, and grains. Get rid of it all. Get on the stuff that cleanses, which is the fruits. Fruits are going to do your cleansing. Get on the herbs. Dr. Morse has 4 formulas. 1 and 3 are diuretics, and 2 and 4 are the cleansers. So we combine them. We do diuretics, which push water through, and we do the cleansers, which actually remove sediments. So 2 kidney formulas, a little bit of lymphatic formula in the beginning just to get lymph moving a little bit. We just got to get the adrenals up. They sit on top of it. You got to work on those kidneys. You got to get filtration. You got to work on the adrenals so you get the filtration. And you get the antacid steroids to help. You got to do a detox big time with the focus on kidney filtration and moving the lymph, clean out those kidneys. The kidneys are acidic. The acids will actually attack the tissues and destroy tissues, and that's what's happening. Body's acidic. Got to start dropping those numbers, those blood pressure numbers. That's the giveaway. Those high blood pressure numbers are the giveaway of the kidney failure. So the high fruit, the detox, all that, they need to get a hold of a detox counselor and get some help, get a protocol design. It's not expensive, and do that, okay? So blessings to your friend, okay? Bananas are said to help stop diarrhea. Okay, good. Yeah, so the fiber of the banana is good. Thank you for that help, Jeannie. Matt Norton, quinoa is considered a grain that shouldn't be eaten while detoxing, and also would making smoothies in a NutriBullet still be considered juicing? Okay, so quinoa is one of the less mucus-forming grains, but it's still a bit mucus-forming. Not really part of a detox protocol, but certainly something. I don't even know if I should call it cheat. It's just something that's not raw, and it's not a raw fruitarian. To be a fruitarian, you can still do some of the herbs and the tender leafy greens and the veggies. You're still considered a fruitarian. But quinoa would not be part of a fruitarian thing, but it's not terrible. I mean, if it all depends where you're at. If you're taking a break from detox and you're craving something like that, okay. Making smoothies is not juicing, because the idea of juicing is, the beauty of juicing is you're not turning on digestion. Smoothies still have all that fiber, and so you're turning on digestion. The juices are much more powerful at detox. Smoothies are great. They're just a slower level. I do great on smoothies, by the way. I love them. They're perfect for me. But if I'm hitting a hard detox, I'm going to the juice. Okay. We've got raw food, love and more. Hi, Mark. Good to see you. Good to see you. I feel there. We had a person in Los Angeles when I was a kid. You know those TV shows when you're a kid. And her name was Hobo Kelly, and she wore these big glasses. She talked in an Irish accent, and she called everybody mischief makers. And when she put on the glasses, she said she could see us. So, you know, I could play that game. Hey, good to see you, raw food. Anyways, good to see you. Channel LV, I just ate pasta. All right, good. Why not? Hopefully you didn't eat too much, and you're not going to wake up feeling all crappy. And I know when I cheat too much, I do side to side exercises, and I cannot bend over or do my side to side without hurting. I get the inflammation in the bowels. That's how you know when you've gone too far. So good luck. And my knees hurt and all that. So Jeannie, good to know about the judge being sued over the of unright things. Yeah, sue them. Absolutely, they have no right to do things that are unconstitutional. Your body is your temple. That is outside of their jurisdiction. I'm sorry. Such as forced vaccinations. Vaccinations are horrible. I totally agree. You know, you got to stick up. I mean, this world's getting a little crazy. But it's just showing that these dark forces are losing control, so they're getting a little bit insane as they get kicked out. So, but we have an army on our side too. Always remember that, and truth and right always wins. Always, always, always. It may look like we're getting beaten, but we always win. We got Shannon Martin. Hello, Mark. I've heard you encourage eating only fruit till noon. Absolutely. Does this mean I should replace morning vegetable juice with fruit juicing instead? Absolutely, if you can. You know, some people can't handle fruit, but if you can, it's much better. Look, the fruit's got all that energy in it. It's got all that cleansing power. You're in a cleansing, elimination mode. In the morning, you need all that energy. I'm a morning person. I love having all that energy in the morning. It's just fantastic. I love to bounce off walls. I get most of my stuff done before noon. Afternoon, I'm pretty much in a cruise mode. I'm doing more of the things that require me to be more mellow, like book work, returning some phone calls, things like that. But if I need a lot of brain power, I'm writing an article, I'm making a video, I'm doing a consultation with somebody, I want to be spot on with them, I'm going to do that in the morning. I'm going to time things when my brain's working at full force. I'm going to do my athletics, I'm going to do my surfing, I'm going to do most of my heavy skiing in the morning before noon. And I was doing this before I was even detoxing. I can remember, after skiing afternoon, that pretty much on the easier runs. The morning is where you hit all the real hard stuff. So I think that's the way my body, I think that's the way most bodies work. So yeah, fruit till noon, everybody, and then a salad. You're so there. You're doing great. Channel LV, I order your teas. Did you order the teas, or how do you order the teas? I don't know. If you did, JivanaDetox.com. Jivana, Jivana, detox. Jivana means the waters of life in Hindu. Kind of a neat name. I was just looking for names, and that one popped out. So Channel LV, I will never get a vaccine ever again. Neither will I. No way. No way, no how. Immunization's different. If you got to go to a country, I might consider it. I looked. I still have a hard time. Maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't do that either. Bailey Barnes, it is beautiful to see so many people on the journey of healing. Yeah, we're getting more and more people. We're doing it. A lot of people are waking up to the healing. Got Kelly, 1 to 2 cups combined grape lemon juice. 1 to 2 cups combined grape lemon juice diluted with 2 to 4 times water makes for an awesome enema. Grape and lemon juice enema with 2 to 4 times the water. Fantastic. Clears and soothes. That sounds really good. And you'll get all that energy from those grapes. Awesome. But good to start with just pure water if you've never done them. Yeah, start with just the plain water. Good idea. And then work your way up to some of these, the lemons and all that stuff. I hear putting the pinch of salt in really helps balance out the water so a lot of it's not absorbed back through the bowel wall. That was a comment that I had. If you go to my website, there's an article that I put up there called Everything You Want to Know About Enemas But We're Afraid to Ask. So that's very helpful. It has some really great tips on how to do the enemas properly and to hold the stuff in for a long time so it can actually get in and hydrate some of that impacted fecal matter so it comes out of the body. Channel LV, self-control is very hard. I want to stay on fruit, but after 2 weeks, I'm starting to eat that again. Yeah, just regroup yourself. Maybe pig out on a bunch of fruit and bananas just so you really overdid it and, so you just won't want to cheat with other junk. And get the crap out of the house if you can. If you're living alone or with somebody who's supportive, get the junk out of the house. We got Slavomir. Where can I find out how many parts of each herb in Dr. Morse's formula so I can make them at home? Figure this would be a more affordable route. Yeah, like I say, DIY Herbs for Detox on Facebook. DIY Herbs for Detox. And you'll get some of those formulas. Got Bailey Barnes. Would you recommend alcohol or glycerin tinctures or capsules for someone who has absorption and digestive issues? Okay, so I would recommend tinctures. Because they're absorbed mostly through, some of it, if you hold in the mouth, a lot of it can be absorbed in the mouth. Hold it under the tongue for like a minute. You're going to get absorption there. You're going to get it down the esophagus, down into, through that area. So they're going to absorb quicker than the capsules. Glycerins are for people that can't handle the alcohol. Alcohol tinctures, I hear, are stronger than the glycerins. But if you can't tolerate alcohol, by means, get the glycerin. Hand and Hog, coconut oil makes a nice sunscreen too, and it's all natural. Wow, I didn't know a sunscreen. I know I've used it for getting tan, but I didn't know it was a sunscreen. So beautiful, because it does, having that glisten kind of makes me more tan. So so good. Thank you, Hannon. So Channel LV, don't cut your hair. Looks good like that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Ha, Gary, I got a fan club. So. And it's a spiritual antenna too. That's what I hear. It's a spiritual antenna. Yes, that's what I hear. Native American beliefs. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, indeed. I don't know. It's kind of the longest I've had my hair in a long, long time. So I figure, well, I still got it. I'll just still have it long. So got Suzanne C. Saw your video chat with Gino DeSario today. Another layer of understanding, mind blowing. Oh, thanks. Yeah, we had a great interview, Gino and I. That was really a good one. He was only going to do 5 or 10 minutes. He was really tired, had to get up at 4 a.m. the next morning, but he was just firing. If you guys get a chance to see the Masterpath guy, my interview with Gino DeSario, really, really a lot. Man, he laid it all out. It was really cool. Thank you, Suzanne. Sentinel Hill, what do you think about MSM? It suppresses symptoms. Yeah, no, stay away. Sulfur, we're trying to get that inorganic sulfur out of the body. MSM is not good. It does soothe for a while, then you get the blowback. And there's nothing worse than stagnant, sticky lymph that becomes acidic in a home for creatures, viruses, parasites, and bacteria. We don't like that. So MSM, no. Mark, thanks for all your info. I'm on day 13 of the Master Fast. I got Dr. Morse's Stomach and Bowel number 2. I know Gino doesn't recommend capsules with these. They wake up digestion. I open them up and pour them in my kidney tea. Yeah, any kind of the raw bulk stuff will turn on digestion. I was doing Dr. Morse's stomach and I was doing his GI broom powder. But I was still getting high levels of detox, and I was getting mucoid plaque out of my bowels. So I did fine with it, and a lot of people do. It's not the pure Master Fast, but it was really good for me. Okay, but good luck with that. Terrell's here. Hi, Terrell. For my son to go to the University of Utah, he had to get some vaccinations. This is so crazy. They said he didn't have to attend that college if he didn't want to follow the rules. Crazy. Okay, they tried that with my daughter in high school. They said they sent me a letter over the summer saying if you don't get these vaccinations, she can't come to school. I marched down there to the office and I said, give me the exemption form to the assistant principal. She acted like she didn't know what I was talking about. I said, can I speak to the principal, please? Would you please go get the principal? So she came back, not with the principal, she came back with the form. I'm assuming the principal handed her the form. So don't let these people bully you around. There are exemptions. There are medical exemptions. There are plenty of doctors that will write you that exemption. Okay, because there's a lot of or naturopathic doctors or whatever. There's plenty of conscious doctors out there that will write you that exemption. And, conscientious objection, religious exemption, I don't know, but there's ways out. You don't have to take the shot. So, I would march in there and get that done. If he's already taken the vaccination, I get him on a detox program ASAP. Okay. Let me know, Terrell. Okay. Bailey Barnes, much appreciation to you, Mark, for your attitude has helped me tonight. Good. Going through some rough stuff. I trust it's all for a purpose. Absolutely. Hang in there, man. Hang in there. We're all behind you. We all support you. And it does sometimes it can be rough going, but it means you're doing some really deep work. So be good to yourself. Ask for healing. Ask for comfort. Be good to yourself. Light the candles, the incense, the good music. Take it easy. Don't push yourself, more than know your limits, but don't go over it. We want to keep you in the game, okay? So blessings to you. Terrell, he had very few vaccinations as an infant. If I became more aware when he was about a year old about the dangers of vaccinations, so all I can do is send prayers for his body to figure it out. Yeah, I got my daughter vaccinated too. That's all we can do. It's never too late to detox and get this stuff out and return the body to its homeostasis. So I woke up too late too, but it's all right. She turned out great. So so we just do the best we can. And we all need to detox. We've all made mistakes. So Bailey, attitude and energy and outlook equals smiles. You bet. Terrell, your info is extremely inspiring. Thanks, Terrell. I am on my second round of full master fast and needed your reminders tonight. Excellent. Good. Keep it up. Congratulations, Terrell. You're doing great. Jessica M, is raw organic protein powder okay to intake while detoxing? We don't like protein. We don't believe in protein. We don't need protein. We get plenty of amino acids in the fruit and the veggies, so forget the protein. It's acidic to the body. It blocks the kidneys. It blocks filtration. It gums up our lymph system. We don't need it. We just don't need it. This is a great liberator for all you animals too. We're here to save you because we don't need the protein. It's a marketing ploy. It's just all about marketing so they can sell you dead animal meats and their pus and mucus. And it's just so liberating to know that we don't need to do it. And your consciousness changes when you stop eating meat. I remember I stopped eating meat. And I saw on a freeway overpass, meat is murder. And I looked, I go, gosh, it is murder, isn't it? I mean, I'm not putting down. I ate it for many, many years, many decades. I understand, we just get conditioned and we think it's normal, but it is murder. I really believe that. We just don't need it. That's the liberation. We don't need it. Suzanne, I think I understand why Gino DeCero recommends the cooked pasteurized grape juice. He even says you get better result if you cook the lemon. Everyone see Mark's chat with Gino to understand. Yeah, he talks about the plasmatic field interactions and all this stuff. It is powerful. It's just for me, it's a lot. It's a very powerful solvent. It's not in a natural state. So, I just feel better on raw myself. I feel like I'm more in alignment with nature on the raw. But I'll tell you, the pasteurized grape juice is a fantastic bowel cleanser, no question about it. And it does make me question how much of nutrition do we really, really kill by cooking. I used to think it was all, but I'm not so sure about that. And Gino's, he's on to some things, but I think, for me and for most people, I think being on the raw grape juice is powerful in itself. And certainly combining the dry fasting and the herbs and all that is all really good stuff. Okay, so Terrell, Utah accepts exemptions. However, the University of Utah is a private college. They wouldn't allow even an actual MD's personalized letter stating that he recommended his son, recommended me son not get vaccinated. They denied it. I would see about a religious exemption, personal exemption. If not, I would seriously talk about suing these people, or go to another college. But this might be a lawsuit. This is actually infringing on his body, on his sovereignty over his body. And there is enough evidence, no matter how much it's suppressed, that these vaccinations are toxic. There's neurotoxins in them. There's mercury. There is lead, arsenic. There's all kinds of crap in these things. And you can, I mean, I don't know if how deep you want to go with this, Terrell, but this is really, really bad stuff. Yeah, it would make me really angry, where I may want to sue them. Yeah, they're getting out of hand here. Suzanne, yeah, I guess Gino doesn't need much sleep. No, he doesn't. He's operating at a very high level. Yeah. Oh man. Finding my healing. You can use homeopathics to detox vaccines. See King Bio website, Dr. Carly on the YouTubes. Okay, so interesting. Yeah, we don't use the homeopathics. I believe we're at a higher level in the homeopathics on detox because, the fruit in these herbs are so fantastic. But I'm not against homeopathy. I just don't think I haven't learned how to detox with it. So, but Dr. Carly, I'll take a look. Interesting. We got King Elias. I switched from eating meat to beating my, oh gosh. All right, good one. Hannon Hall, good night, Mark, and everyone. Thank you for being here. God bless you on your journeys. God bless you, Hannon. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up week after week. I appreciate it. We got a good family here. Thank you so much. We got Slavomir. I'm taking amino acid powder. Okay to take. Don't need it. Plenty of amino acids in the fruits and veggies. You don't need it. And it's probably some fancy isolated chemical thing. So don't need it. Matt Norton, thanks again for all your time, Mark. I always enjoy hearing you. May the Most High bless you. Same to you, Matt. Thank you very much. Love back at you, Hannon from Bailey. All right. Yeah, we're all loving on each other. Fantastic. Well, it looks like that's it. 2 hours and 1 minute to almost 2 hours and 2 minutes. Oop, we got a last minute barrage here. Here we go. We always get that. I want right when I say getting ready to check out, people hit me. Okay, good. So Ella, hi, Mark. This is the first time I've been able to watch, as I've been quite a few time differences. It's 5:30 a.m. here in Barcelona, Spain. All right, welcome. But couldn't sleep. So happy to be able to finally jump in. I have a few questions for you. But first off, I'm curious to know what a day of eating looks like for you. Okay, so for me, fruit until noon. I wake up and I have juice. A perfect day is when I have just juice right off the bat. Juice is the most cleansing, the most alkalizing. Okay, so then I'll go from juice and I'll move into smoothies. I have a NutriBullet. I'll throw some frozen blueberries and frozen strawberries, blackberries, whatever I have. I like the frozen. It's cheaper. It's easier for me to handle. Most of the non-frozen is just, a lot of it's mushy and terrible. So I have better luck with the frozen. So and I'll do that. And so combining fruit juice and the frozen berries, maybe a little banana if I feel like something a little heavier. And then what I do, I kind of break a little rule here for my smoothies later towards noon, or even my lunch smoothie. If I do that, I'll take a handful of baby power greens, which are baby kale, baby spinach, baby chard, that I get from Trader Joe's here, and I'll throw it in there, and that's just wonderful. I digest it perfectly. It's really wonderful. So, and then I'll move into salads, the rest of the day, I'm usually not hungry for dinner, so I'll just piecemeal fruit, piecemeal veggies, things like that. I love avocado. I like one of my little cheats is I'll take rice tortillas and I'll toast those and make avocado. I'll rub avocado on there, spread it on there, and I'll make, like, I call them raw pizzas. Things like that. Try to be light on some grains like the rice tortillas and organic corn tortillas. Keep that at a minimum. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And so that's what a day looks like for me usually. So let's see, where do we go here? Okay, so we skipped over finding my healing. Have to go to bed. And there you are, websites you can go and show how to get. Oh, there are websites you can go to get legal exemption forms for vaccines. The school has to sign a form of liability. This is a great point here, Terrell. You have to make them sign a form of liability. If anything happens from that vaccine, that he can sue them. Okay, that's a great point. And if they refuse to do that, then you've got more of a case. But I'd get tough with this, you know. I mean, I'm not into causing problems, but there's certain things that we've got to stand up for. Or we're going to lose all our rights, and we're going to just be pushed around. Our fish oil, King Elias wants to know, our fish oil pills good to take? Don't need them. We get plenty of fatty acids in our fruits and veggies. Ella, a few questions for you, but first off, I'm curious to know. Oh, what a day for! Here we are, back again. Okay, we got that. Okay, so Suzanne, I read the Jungle Book by Upton Sinclair about the meat industry in the early 1900s. Yeah, I don't think it's much better now for humans or the animals, and so unnecessary. I totally agree. Totally agree. Unnecessary murder. How to get in touch with you to have my eyes read? Mark at MarkJamesGordon.com. M-A-R-K at MarkJamesGordon.com. Be happy to read your eyes. Waking Kathy. Finding my healing, thanks to you, and good night. Thank you. Carl, Windows, PC, or Mac? I'm Windows. I've been Windows since the early 80s. I had one of the first PCs because I had a stock photo library and I needed a organization program. It was Windows, so I bought the program. And I always was buying Windows programs. So I have so many programs that are for Windows, I can't go to Mac. So even though I thought Mac would probably be easier because I've had a lot of trouble with viruses and all that stuff. There we go. Okay, so Jeannie, finding my healing, having those forums you mentioned above would be a good armament for those of us who need them and can assist others to do the same. So finding my healing, get us a link to those. That'd be great. Ella, thank you. I hear you are wanting to sign off, so we'll try to hop on next time and ask others then. Great to have caught you. Thank you for doing these. You bet, Ella. Thank you. Good morning. Have a great day in Barcelona. Awesome. I want to get over there. I was there a long time ago in the early 70s. I want to see the Gaudi stuff and all that. Really cool. Suzanne, see, there's a girl next door about to give birth. A due date is tomorrow. I want to warn her about induction of labor and at birth vaccines, but I don't know if it's my place. Yeah, you can just drop a few little tidbits and see if they pick it up. If not, you got to leave them alone. You know, just come in gently and just drop a few hints and see if they run with it. Vadim, I've been living on watermelon for the past 2.5 months, and I definitely recommend it. Wow, that's powerful. Watermelon's powerful detox. Suzanne, yes, God bless you. More you have inspired me to no end. Oh, thank you so much. So glad to do that. So glad that you guys, get this, that you're here, that you know, I tell everybody, you know, as we do this, as we learn this, as we apply this, we are teachers, even though we're not trying to teach, because people are watching you, and even at a subconscious level, they're seeing the changes, they're seeing the energetic shifts in you, and they're seeing the physical changes and the spiritual changes and the mental changes. So as you do this, you become a teacher to others, even though you're not trying. You're spreading the word. You're helping your fellow brothers and sisters. So that's really what it is, you know. Us that are at more, not even higher levels, us that are more healed, help the ability of healing, and we heal just by being. Okay, so just always know that as you heal, you are healing others, even if you're not trying. Okay, and then some of us want to go deeper and help others heal too, and that's a great thing too. But we can never push this on people. They have to come to us. Okay, that's just part of it, because not everybody's ready to receive this yet, and it's okay. Have infinite patience. It'll bring you immediate results with people. And some of your worst critics will end up being people that will actually ask you. So, so we never want to put people down that are not willing to do this, because then they're embarrassed to ask us. So we just have to bless them and know that that we, by healing ourselves, we are healing them. Okay, I just wanted to say that. Jeannie, good night all. Thanks for the nice get together. Absolutely, thank you always, Mark, for all you do. God bless us all. Absolutely, God bless to everybody. Thank you, Jeannie. King Elias, I learned more here than in school. Yeah, this is definitely like a school for sure. Thank you, King. Jamie, I heard if we ever ate meat and dairy that we have parasites and worms. Kind of freaky. Yep. Time to kill those. Like Dr. Morse says, just take an herb and kill them and move the lymph. Jessica, good night, Mark. Thank you for all this information. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. Appreciate you, Jessica. Suzanne, me too. I learned more here too. God bless you, Mark. Thank you very much, Suzanne. God bless you. Mike Van Loon, what makes a good salad? What makes a good salad is something fresh and organic and full of a lot of green in it. You know, the herbs are wonderful. Not too much spinach, kale, those things with that high, I think they call it the phytic acid. So you want to be careful with that. Yeah, just a good, romaine is really a wonderful salad with some herbs, fantastic. But yeah, so yeah, but maybe chop up a few of the roots, like the carrots and the beets and things like that, and yeah, I would stay away from the peppers though, especially the green peppers. They're acidic. The nightshades, all right, so Waking Kathy, what do you think about food grade DE for parasites? That's the diatomaceous. We had that question earlier. Interesting. Don't need it. We kill the parasites with herbs. We don't need to cut them with that micro glass like it's in the diatomaceous earth. Don't need it. CM, thanks for all you do, Mark. Thanks, CM. Thank you all for being here. Wonderful night. We covered a lot of ground, and we're getting stronger, everybody. So have a great week. Keep up the good work, and stay as high fruit as you can, and good luck on your detox. I'll see you guys all next week. Okay, thank you very much.